everyone and welcome back. It's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today we're going to be checking out the treasure edition of the Potomac Beads Best Bead Box subscription for May 2023. You can find the link to this subscription right down below the video, and that's where you can go and find out all the details you need to know about signing up. They also have another type of subscription in addition to this one, which is the kit edition, and in that one you'll get 2 to 3 full kits, including the beads and materials and patterns that go along with those kits to make some actual finished pieces directly from your box. But with this treasure edition, you get a lot of different beads and things for your stash, a lot of items which you can go back and purchase more of in their bead shop. They also have hundreds of tutorials and are coming out with new ones all the time on their YouTube channel that are free to watch and incorporate a lot of the things that come in these boxes, and usually have something to share with the treasure edition on a monthly basis. So you definitely have a lot of ideas out there to go along with the contents if you need some ideas. I think this subscription in particular is nice for those who are trying to get more into bead weaving, maybe crossing over from doing mostly stringing, because the projects that go along with these are generally not too advanced, and they just sprinkle in some multi-hole shapes from time to time. So you just kind of dip your toes into that part of the beading spectrum without maybe being overwhelmed by a lot of different crazy shapes. But enough about that. Let's just go ahead and get into this box, which they send every month along with your subscription. I reuse these a lot for storage. They're very sturdy with a metallic closure. And it looks like our theme this month is called Mother May I, which they're saying is full of some soft spring colors of drops, flowers, and crystals. On the back of that insert, we have the list of our contents, and the specific colors are not listed. I'm sure that's probably because they could vary slightly from box to box, but overall you're getting the same types of items and the same overall value. So here is a peek at our contents as they have arrived, and as usual we'll go down the list and check out everything up close one at a time. Up first we have a variety of the 4mm Potomac crystal bicones in the tanzanite color, and like I said, that color could vary a little bit from box to box. So here we have the dusky shade of purple in these machine cut bicones, which are of decent quality, and I'd say probably a cross between a Chinese crystal bicone and something like a preciosa. So I'd say it's like a step up from a Chinese bicone in terms of their uniformity and quality of the faceting. Our next item is a strand of the 4mm Potomac pearls. We have 8 inches, and this is the color Fandango, which I know we saw a couple months ago in this bubblegum pink. So here are the Potomac pearls up close. I do enjoy working with their brand of pearls. They have some really pretty colors, and they have a very decent quality. In fact, you can see these exact pearls used in the Dancing Diamonds bracelet tutorial I did not too long ago in this satiny pink color. Next on the list are some gemstone pebble beads. Looks like I received the African and Peruvian Amazonite in the 6 to 8mm size. I took these off the strand. I just love the saturation of the beautiful turquoise color and the light striations going throughout these beads. They're very smooth and all slightly different, which is expected with stone material, with just some slight variations in size. Next on the list is a set of 2 of the Czech glass Morning Glory flowers in this large 20mm size. These are really neat, with a lot of pink, it looks like, at the base, but pretty transparent overall. Those stripes of blue and yellow also showing up within the glass. This press shape has a lot of movement and dimension. That hole is going through the center. I could see these being layered with some other smaller beads or components in the center, letting those petals peek out from below. And there's a look at this one from the back. And now we're looking at a bag containing 10 of the sunset flowers, the 10 by 10 millimeter size. These are Czech glass. This selection is in a golden yellow with a hematite-like luster over the top, deepening that yellow color and also bringing in that grayish silvery shine all around the surface of the beads. So we have some more flowers to go along with the theme for this month. You can see the 5-petal shape, the details, which are the same on both sides, and a hole that runs through the center, allowing the flower shape to be shown off when these are strung on and used in a project. Next on the list is a bag containing the vintage lucite flowers. As you can see, these are in assorted colors and they are quite large. These are another one of those items you could use layered with other beads, perhaps something hanging down from the center of that bell shape. I'm sure the mix of colors everyone gets is going to be a little bit different depending on what's been scooped up, but there's a lot of variety here. We have hot pink, blue, a purple, green, black, some of that grayish color or brown, and some yellow. With these, the hole goes up and down through the center there, and that's where a lot of those details are located. And the outside of the bead, as you can see, is pretty smooth. And now we have a set of 2 of the filigree laser cut wood butterfly teardrop components. Inside that bag, we also received this card talking about the benefits and the protective coating on these particular pieces. It says the laser cut designs are a Potomac exclusive. They're of course lightweight and sustainable. And they also have a protective coating on them that can be removed to reveal the material underneath, which I don't think it's on that side. But I pulled the coating off of this one. You can see the wood grain that shows up. And this one has the protective coating. It's like a sticker. Like you can see, you just pull it off, and that's what's revealed underneath. So it looks like they have a light color on one side and a darker stain color on the other, and you could opt to choose one or the other to show up on the front and the back. And next on the list, we have a vintage Czech glass button. These buttons are always fun and different. This has a really pretty metallic quality, the back being very bright and shiny, as you can see, where you can string through that location, and just giving a hint of that color and shine from the other side. Overall looking deep purple or pink with hints of orange and gold. And now we have a bag containing 2 of the Czech teardrops. These 2 in a satiny medium blue with the hole going up and down through the length of that teardrop, and one of those shapes that works really well in a pair of earrings or attached to the bottom of some beadwork in a pendant. Up next, we have a strand of the 8mm pressed glass Czech druk beads or round beads. This variety in a beautiful minty green with some striations of a pearlescent white, a little bit of clear that's showing up, really soft and lovely combination, and a classic round shape to add to some of these other more unique press shapes. We also have a number of the 6mm Czech faceted fire polish rounds. And these are in a light yellow swirl that's pretty cool, and even bring in a little bit of blue, orange, and red. Some other colors that you could also incorporate along with these beads, just like we have an array of colors in this subscription box. And there's also a lot of spots in these that are left crystal clear. And then last for the beads, before we get into some other items, we have the Miyuki cubes in the 4mm size, and these are the pewter lined crystal. So you can see how that hole is lined in the metallic silver that you can see through the crystal clear glass. These cubes, like we normally find in the Miyuki varieties of beads, being very, very uniform and great quality, making them an excellent brand for bead weaving. And it looks like these are the only types of anything close to seed beads that we have in the box this month. A lot of times we do see some 11-0s or some 15-0s, something in addition to these other bead shapes, but it looks like this wraps it up for our beads this time around. We do have some metallic components and findings. Up next is 2 pair of the fancy curved ear wires in this very bright and shiny silver. Really like this shape, and they feel smooth and polished. And all the findings we have in the box this time are in the bright silver, so they coordinate pretty well together. Up next, we have a segment of the Potomac's curb chain. Again, this is in the bright, shiny silver in the classic curb chain style, which have those wide open links, which are easier to wire wrap onto. And I also love to use this type of chain, cutting it up in segments, using it as an extender on a necklace. Up next, we have the Potomac brand oval jump rings in the 5x7mm size in the bright silver. There's 36 pieces included, and this is such a great shape to use if you're going to use jump rings because of where the opening is located. Everything wants to settle naturally on either end of the oval. So unlike a round jump ring where things spin around a little bit more freely, these offer a bit more security. And I'll show you the last 2 items together. We have some 2-inch Potomac head pins in bright silver. That bag contained 50 pieces, and we usually get an accessory that goes along with jewelry making. This time we have a polishing cloth. We've seen things like travel scissors, measuring tapes, even a tote bag one time, so you can expect to find some little accessories like that popping up in these subscription boxes too. And that wraps it up for the May 2023 Treasure Edition of the Potomac Bead subscription box. We have a lot of bright spring-like colors that have been brought together, the bright shiny silver findings, and some additional elements like the laser cut teardrop components, the vintage Czech glass button, and all these beads being 1-hole shapes this time around. Like I said, sometimes you will find some 2-hole or multi-hole shape beads popping up, and sometimes some seed beads as well, which are usually in the Miyuki brand. We do have a number of shapes and sizes though that you could pull together and create some things directly from this particular box. And as I mentioned, Potomac comes out with projects quite often. So especially if you sign up for their newsletter, they'll let you know when new projects are being released and where you can find them. And a lot of times they go along with these bead box contents. So if you're interested in signing up, be sure to check for that link right down below the video, and also check out their kit edition of the subscription that they have to offer, which doesn't have crossover with this one, so you're going to get different things altogether. That one just being a bit more costly than this version that you see here. So feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this particular box or the contents or anything else you'd like to say. Be sure to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and found it helpful. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel while you're here because I would love to have you back. That's all I have for now, though. I hope to see you all again real soon. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.